Lunch meal service records. They're a daily tool used by food service aides. And it's important to understand how to read these forms so that you may do your job correctly. Meal service records have the date of the menu. They have the week of the cycle. This week of the cycle is used for two very important things. The first of which is this tells you what menu board to post at the front of the line. The menu boards are done by the week, and this tells you here that week 2 needs to be posted. The other important part of the week of the cycle is that that's the tab your meal order will be under for this week, week 2 tab. Entree options for the day. Each are color-coded with a different color. If items are the same color, that means that they have to be served together. In this example, the turkey box and the cubed cheese box are both blue, which means they are served as one item. The choice items are listed under the total lunch count line. The item in green indicates a grain item that is a choice item. It means that the students will decide if they want that item or not and will pick it up themselves. Fruits and vegetables are picked up that way as well. Portion sizes of each item. It tells you what size dipper or utensil to use to serve the item. Here in this example, nacho jalapeno cheese should be served with a number 8 dipper. Be sure to check this column every time the menu is on. There's then a section also for leftover items, as we saw in the breakfast meal service records. Record any leftovers that you put out in this section. The lunch meal service records also have a yellow line where there's a date. This line is telling you the next time this menu will appear again. You will be looking for this date in the meal order book. And don't forget, always write your school name at the top. Now let's take a look at the count section. Write the number of lunch items received based on the pick ticket amounts. After meal service is over, record the number of leftover of each item in the number leftover column. If an item gets discarded, you mark an X in this column. The number served column is the total number of each item served is calculated by subtracting the amount left over from the total number received. Now let's look at that in a different way. Write the number of hot entree number 1 received based on the pick ticket, and in this example it'll be A. Write the number of hot entree 2, that's B. Write the number of the cold entrees based on the pick ticket, that's C. And so D equals A plus B plus C. That's our total lunch count. Also in the number received column, you need to write the total number of fruits and vegetables received based on the pick tickets. Write the total number of hot entree 1, 2, and the cold entrees left after lunch. In our example here, those are E, F, and G. Write the total number served by subtracting the number left over after lunch from the number received. So A minus E will equal H, B minus F will equal I, and C minus G will equal J. Write the total number of lunches served by adding all the entrees served together. So H plus I plus J will equal K. The other thing the lunch meal service record will show you is when to calibrate your smart temp thermometer. When you see the blue box beside the meal, that is the day to calibrate your smart temp thermometer. We calibrate them every 2 weeks. For dial thermometers, which we use as a backup, they are calibrated every 4 weeks. So you need to look to see if the calibration log is at the bottom of the meal service record. This will indicate that it's been 4 weeks and it's time to calibrate your dial thermometer. A picture of a dial thermometer is in the upper right corner. How to complete the calibration log for a dial thermometer: you put the date the calibration is completed, the initials of the FSA calibrating the thermometers, the temperature of the thermometer before calibration began, and the temperature after calibration. We calibrate all thermometers to 32 degrees. There's also space to do a second thermometer, and if you have more than 2 dial thermometers, use the extra space on the meal service record to record this information. Lunch meal service records are sent out for a month at a time. If a school would lose the MSRs, they would call their nutrition services supervisor for another copy. Meal service records are sent 1 week prior to the start of the new month. Completed meal service records are to be returned every Friday after lunch, or if a school has super snack, they can wait until after lunch on Monday. Send in the MSRs via the cold cabinet or interoffice mail.